I was 18 when I packed my bags and left home for college. New state, new start, new everything. A few days before classes began, I decided to explore the area just to get a feel for my new surroundings. The college was surrounded by rolling hills and deep forests, the kind of landscape that looks peaceful in pictures, but feels endless when you're actually standing in it. I found a hiking trail online, nothing major, just a short 2-hour loop, and drove out one quiet afternoon. The parking lot was empty, no other cars, no noise, just the rustling of leaves and the occasional distant bird. I threw on my small water pack and started walking. About 15 minutes in, I passed another hiker. He was sitting on a fallen log, drenched in sweat, his boots covered in dirt. He looked tired, maybe on his way out. As I passed, he gave me a nod, and I returned it politely before continuing down the trail. It was the kind of silence that felt good at first. Just the crunch of dirt under my shoes and the sound of music playing quietly in my earbuds. I must have walked another 30 minutes when I suddenly heard someone shouting behind me. I turned and there he was, the same guy from before. He was waving, jogging up the trail toward me. When he caught up, he called out the name of the trail like he was confirming it. I nodded. "Yeah, that's this one," I said. He pointed to the right, at another dirt path that cut into the forest. "This one loops back toward the road faster," he said. "People get lost if they miss the turn." I thanked him, though I was surprised he'd followed me all the way just to say that. He smiled faintly, then fell into step behind me as I continued. He said he'd lived in the area for years, that he hiked this route all the time, and that it wasn't safe for newcomers to wander too deep. It all sounded reasonable enough. I didn't question it, but as the minutes turned to nearly an hour, the forest started to change. The trees grew thicker, the air heavier. The path narrowed and dipped into uneven ground. I realized we'd been walking straight for a long time, too long. This trail was supposed to loop. Before I could ask anything, I tripped over something metallic buried in the dirt. When I looked down, I saw what it was, an old, rusted railroad track half swallowed by the ground. My eyes followed the tracks into the trees until I saw it. An abandoned mine entrance carved into the side of the hill. The entrance was small, framed by rotting wooden beams, with blackness yawning beyond. I took a cautious step closer, curiosity pulling me forward. Then I heard footsteps behind me. The man was right there, standing a few feet away. His expression had changed, all the warmth gone, replaced by something flat, lifeless. "Go in," he said. His voice didn't sound human anymore. It was low, cold, and commanding. For a second, I froze, part of me trying to process whether he was joking, part of me already screaming to run. When he stepped closer, I turned and bolted. I didn't look back. I just ran. Branches whipped across my arms as I tore through the trees, lungs burning, heart hammering. I half expected to hear his footsteps chasing after me, but I didn't. When I finally glanced over my shoulder, he was gone completely. By the time I reached the main trail again, the forest was dead quiet. No wind, no sound. The path behind me looked darker than before, like it was closing in. I ran all the way back to my car, slammed the door shut and locked it. My hands shook the entire drive back to campus. That was my first real experience outside my hometown, and it nearly became my last. I still think about that man sometimes, and the mine. What if I had gone in? What if he was waiting for me to? Somewhere deep in those woods, that entrance still exists. And I can't help but wonder if he's still there, waiting for someone else to follow the wrong trail. And if you ever go hiking alone, remember to like and subscribe before the trail ends.